Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video. In today's video, we're moving into the final match of the AI Championships, and I have a co-host for this video, one of the contestants previously eliminated, the man himself, Palin. Palin, how are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Okay, so you are going to help commentate this ban and pick selection. I've given you the information. It was ALEEBR. He won the coin toss and he opted to go first. So we're going to go over the bans. We can see them on the screen. I've given you the order with ALEEBR going first. We had Vulcan, Karana, Siegfried, Monkey, Magnus, Blood Empress, Silvermoon, Drevarad, Full Metal, Sakraf, Ilios, and Hoti. So what comments do you have on the ban selection, Pal?
Okay, first we don't have a healer anymore. And it's very interesting that ALEEBR banned Ilios because he's going first. We will see later how it what it took.
Yeah, I think, definitely he had the first pick, and both players, I think they've banned every good hero on the board. I don't think there's one good hero left, or what would be considered good in today's meta anyway. So to ban, I think he could have definitely played around with the bans a little bit more and got a good first pick. But yeah, I mean, we're not in it, so we'll see what happens. Anything else to add to the bans?
Again, it's interesting because we don't have any good heroes, as you said.
Yeah, so it's going to be a dogfight. Absolutely. 100% a dogfight. So going into the picks, ALEEBR again goes first, and he starts off with Sabretooth. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised with the first pick, Sabretooth. Do you agree?
Yes. Although he's doing a lot of damage because his critical hit chance is very high. But it's surprising.
Yeah, I definitely would not have picked a Sabretooth to go first. Honestly, Sabretooth is one of those characters that if he is in a selection process, he's normally left to one of the very last heroes to be picked. You're almost forced to pick him because he's that far down. So he's interesting first pick. And then over to Nem, who then picks up the Atiles and the Steris. So I think...
Steris, it's a good pick. Steris is one of the... He has a lot of damage. He's doing a lot of damage. He also have the critical hit, the guaranteed critical hit. He have a nice AOE, and his second is where we saw it can be very powerful. Yep. Atilas, what do you think about Atilas?
Well, quickly on Steris, he also has the ability to give himself barrier when allies die, and he's never ever really the first target for the enemy. I think the Atiles is an interesting pick as well. If you look at the board, there are a lot of AoE characters, so that taunt is definitely going to be triggered at some point. And he does have a lockdown, though I find his lockdown has a pretty low chance of landing. You don't see it land too often. I'm not against the tank pick. I think we've seen in a lot of previous matches, and you've done it yourself, the tank pick can pay off.
Yeah, I think also Atilas is good. He has a lot of HP and is good with taking hits, so it might be an advantage.
Yeah, he's almost got to force Nem to pick an AoE character though to get the most out of the tiles, I think. So then we go back to ALEEBR, who gets the softy, so it pays off. For the Sabretooth, he gets the softy, but then he goes Worm Priest, which again is another really surprising pick this early into the match to go for a Worm Priest.
Mm-hmm. Maybe with Blood Mage, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Worm Priest, Worm Priest is actually, his kit is fairly solid. He is a really good kit. It's just his speed is so slow. And you've got to remember as well, the first ability he's casting isn't the damage either. So he it's a lot of ramp up to do, half of what any other character can really do.
Yeah. In this situation, he probably will be one of the first to be target also.
Yeah. And then back over to Nem, who picks the Eraser and the Infernus. So I think that's a pretty good duo pick. She gets 2 AoE characters, decent damage, the Infernus and the Eraser being able to heal the Infernus. I think in terms of what's on the board, I think that was a pretty decent pick from Nem.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Eraser gives the rogue mark, and we already can see she took rogues.
Yep. And the Eraser also has the ability to decrease enemy stats. I mean, I don't know how effective it is, but I mean, on a board of trash heroes, I think decreasing the stats is it actually probably could be pretty effective. Then we go back over to ALEEBR, who then picks up the Angram and the Aratar. I think Aratar is a low-key very good hero to get. He has self-sustain. He can do decent damage. I think he has decent crit as well. And then he's also going to be protected by the tiles. And the Angram, I guess, is just a decent-ish pick. He can give himself higher crit rate, and then his AoE can do pretty decent damage. He's not a horribly slow character either.
Actually, Wimpriest and Angram together, it's a great weapon.
Yeah, they got the mark.
The mark. Yeah. Wimpriest can, and then they go to sleep for 1 turn.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a really good combo. Yeah. It's just the big issue is the speed of the Worm Priest. Yeah, so if it works though, if it pays off, it pays off. I think it's just getting there. That's going to be the struggle. So that's the main 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the main 5 for ALEEBR, and then Nem finishes off with the Lael. So that's her final main pick for the 5 original. I think just in terms of what's on the board, there's not really that many options. I think can Lael reset initiative by herself?
No, she needs the unhide.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, just looking what left. Yeah, it's a hard pick. I think maybe the Blood Mage would have been a better option at this point.
Or Blood Mage or Lael. Lael can also, she can put the slow, so it's give a bit extra, and she have a nice damage. Not so high, but better than the other. I don't know about Berthadar. He has a lot of damage. He can do a lot of damage. He might be a better option. Might.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the main 5. All right, so going into subs now, ALEEBR picks up the Tanita, Blood Mage, Goblina, and Jag. So he's got the Jag with the Worm Priest. I honestly think he should have picked up the Schnee. I think he may have been able to pull off a pretty good combo with Worm Priest, Schnee, and Jag, because Worm Priest's ability to buff the damage of the kobolds, it might have been a little bit deadly. It would have been interesting to see at the very least.
Yeah. What do you think about Jag with Avatar now? If you already have Wimpriest?
I don't know. I don't think there was many other options. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, like the board was so slim to begin with, and to get to this point, it's even slimmer. I think the only thing I would have changed is the Schnee. I think I would have tried to pick up Schnee as well.
Yeah, he's not a bad hero. In this board, he's not a bad hero, and he have a lot of dodge.
Yeah, and he can boost the crit of the other kobolds as well. So yeah, I think that would have been the change. As for Nem though, she goes Balthazar, Arakan Guard, Schnee, and Kashat. So honestly, I don't rate Balthazar. I think he's actually quite a bad hero in terms of AI championship, just because he needs so many turns to stack up those tokens.
Yeah.
And I mean, even with trash heroes, you find that by that time the battle's pretty much over.
The only benefit for Balthazar is the speed, because it's first you have a chance to get the initiative, and she already have a rather an Infernus that can boost it also.
Yeah.
It might be some advantage.
And he gets his guaranteed crit as well, which is, I mean, it can be decent damage. Other than that, I mean, Kashat, I can't remember off the top of my head. Can Kashat, he puts the taunt on any tank, doesn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so, I
And
mean,
so liar.
yeah, so, Nem's got the Kashat, and she also has guard and a tile. So, I mean, there is the possibility to get some type of work up there. And then...
Kashat surprisingly is not a bad damager too. He has some damage.
Yeah, I mean, with the board, again, I think...
Yeah,
it's just what it is what it is. They've literally made this a dirty dogfight.
True.
But yeah, all right, so that's the selections. All right, overall, who do you think's got this? Who do you think is going to... I mean, we don't know which 5 heroes they're going to pick to begin with. Who do you think has the first round?
Okay, so if ALEEBR go into with his first 5, I think at this point, I think he has a lot of advantage if he will survive enough time for the mark. Because Sabertooth and Softy work good together, and Sabertooth can pass the taunt of Attilas, and those two can attack one of the heroes and maybe eliminate him. So if he will be managed to survive enough time, I believe he can take it. For Nem, Steros can do a lot of damage. So if Attilas can protect Steros and the others, he might be the one who gives them the ability to eliminate the ALEEBR. But it looks like ALEEBR have a small advantage here.
Yeah, honestly, I think Nem's best choice would be running the Arakan Guard, the Attiles, and then the Steris, and then maybe a Infernus and Eraser. I think that'd be a pretty good lineup.
Because the taunt will pass from one to... Actually, yes, and Guard can heal himself, so his healing is working very good. He heals when you need, not just healing.
And then, you've got that healing, and then you've got the Eraser being able to heal the Infernus. You've got the Steris for AoE damage, and you've got the stat decrease and the lockdown. I think that would be her best lineup with the characters she's got.
I agree. It's better than the first 5.
All right. Well, thanks for your input, mate. We'll jump over to the battle, and we'll see who finally wins the AI championship.
Yeah, and good luck.
All right. Take care, mate. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we are jumping into the first match of the finals. ALEEBR versus Nem. Infernus dots come out. The retaliation from the center. That's an attack. Anti-heal is a bit of a waste. If you got the lockdown off Softy, it'd be a big damage coming out from them. Just interrupting what I'm saying. Big damage from them as the AoE comes out again. Softy nearly taking out Arakan Guy, coming through and getting the final hit. Bit of retaliation there from the Sabertooth, but it is a 3v4 situation now as the spin comes and gets some damage out, but it's looking not too well for ALEEBR at the moment as he isn't able to take out the Eraser. The Sabertooth goes into critical HP. Bit of a fight back from the Aratar as he falls. The Eraser is taken out. It's just the Sabertooth left. But I do not think Sabertooth can take on 3 characters. The dot comes out. Sabertooth doing a lot of decent damage. Unfortunately, falling, giving the first point to Nem. Big advantage. First point to Nem. It must be a big relief. But we'll move on to the second match. We'll take the fight over to the contenders and see if they want to change anything on their team. Moving into the second battle, and ALEEBR has taken out Angram and Aratar and put in Goblina and Tanita. So we'll see if that makes any difference. Some damage out on the Infernus. The basic from Wempriest, unfortunately, he's been locked down from the tiles. That's going to be a huge disadvantage to ALEEBR. It's 2 characters are already taken out. The AoE comes out from the tiles, and Nem still has 5 characters left on the field. Not much can be done. I think this is all said and done. ALEEBR is eliminated as the second point goes to Nem, making Nem the champion of the 4th AI championships. Well done to her. Well done to ALEEBR. Both played well throughout the entire tournament. Everyone did well. So much so. Thank you to everyone. And there we go. That's a wrap. It wasn't a super exciting battle. It is what it is, though. They had a lot of real bad characters to pick from, and Nem got the better selection of them all. So well done to her. And everyone, thank you so much for watching the AI Championships. That wraps up this season. And yeah, there'll be a few announcements to come. But other than that, we are done for this. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability around the world. Until next time, please take care of yourself.